Welcome. Thanks for tuning in to watch our exclusive YouTube show, The Good Day Austin Roundup.
I am Digital Content Manager Donny, and I'm joined by Good Day Austin meteorologist Zack, Anchor Casey, and a familiar face, Anchor Dave Froehlich.
My first time.
First roundup.
I've been watching the roundup.
One of our very loyal viewers. Look at that, right there.
Our only viewer. Okay.
Yeah. Which was your favorite episode?
Yes.
The one where you talked about the stories.
Oh,
Perfect.
Okay, yeah.
I think that's our-
watch.
He does watch.
He knows
I
what
didn't
he's
say I
talking
watched all the
about.
way through. I watched. What they do, and what we will do now, is take a look at some of the segments and stories you may have missed from our morning show. But first, Zach's going to take it away with some weather videos, or wetter videos.
Weather.
Yeah.
They are wet. This one's very wet, yeah.
Wetter.
Flooding that we saw here in Texas.
Yeah, weather around the world. We're going to head to Mansfield, where the fire department there issued a hovercraft to rescue several people. A flood warning had been issued in the area. National Weather Service says that parts of Central Texas got up to 8 inches of rain. Officials remind drivers that it doesn't take much water to float a vehicle. That was up in North Texas last week. A very rainy finish.
I didn't realize how long it took for this hovercraft to get into the shot. There he is.
I was wondering where it was.
Yeah, it's coming up there.
Looks like Batman.
So, I mean, how many inches of rain are needed for you to use the hovercraft?
I don't know.
I mean, obviously enough there, right?
That's an
Foot,
important
probably
question.
foot.
Yeah. I mean,
Foot or
obviously,
two.
Yeah.
Hovercraft with it.
Yeah.
I didn't realize they got so much rain in Mansfield, to be honest.
Yeah.
Maybe either.
In the middle of all this, they've had me turning my mic on and off. I don't know if this
Is it working now?
New guy hazing. Is it working
Wow.
right now? Is this
All right.
casual enough? Okay.
Wow, Dave.
Continue.
Act like you've done this before.
I really, well, I'm also running the prompter. I really did a number on
Yeah, you're
Zach.
trying to
Sorry.
me all like,
You're welcome.
Okay.
Okay.
All right,
Less
still here in
polished
Austin.
show this.
I love it.
No snow here just yet.
right.
It's a different story in Minnesota, where the first snow of the season recently arrived. The National Weather Service in Duluth, my wife was born there, which is a city
really? I
along
didn't
Lake
know that.
Superior,
Fun fact.
captured
Oh,
this
fun fact.
video outside its office. Most spots got a dusting or just an inch or two, but one area did report that they got 5 inches of snow. To New York now, where lake effect snow fell in the central part of the state. This is video from Wolcott, which is near the banks of Lake Ontario. As many as 3 inches fell before the snow showers eventually transitioned into rain. So that usually happens this time of year when the Great Lakes are usually relatively warmer than the air mass that's going over it. And you get that interaction temperature contrast, and you start to get that rise in motion evaporation, and you get those lake effect snow showers.
I love fluffy snow.
It's so pretty for us down here. Oh, look at that. Up there, they're like, well, here we go. And we're not warming up till May now, you know.
And there's no indication, like, at what time the snow first falls about how much there's going to be as there is, or there
No, they could be stuck there
Yeah.
for 12, 24 hours.
Yeah.
And then you go about 10 miles away, and they're like, what snow?
Yeah.
It's a very isolated
lake
event,
effect.
lake effect snow, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to Maryland, where dense fog made for an eerie scene.
Along the where?
This
The
river.
Susquehanna River. Come
I
on.
was waiting for your noise.
I didn't
no.
read.
There we go. All right.
So you see the cars, and then you don't. Watch how the cars just
Where
kind
are
of disappear.
they? Where are they in
fog.
Susquehanna? They're the Millard
Maryland.
E. Tidings Memorial Bridge.
Yeah.
Zach doesn't like to read all the
Donnie
little
always tries to put that
the
stuff
little
in there.
facts I like to put in there. He chooses
Carolina.
right. Yeah.
That is a cool look.
To be fair, sometimes I do kind of trip them up a little bit. Not on purpose. It's just what they're called, you know.
I didn't read the scripts beforehand, so this was a bad day to try to
Throw in Susquehanna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's head down across the pond.
Head down across the pond.
What does that mean, Doc?
I don't think that's what it said. Oh, it does say
Let's head down across the pond.
Also, Dave, you will learn that Zach and Casey love to just kind of read whatever's actually written there.
All right.
It makes it better.
Yeah.
Well, we're
Sometimes I
trained to
mess it
read
up. It's true.
the word box.
Read the word box.
Sometimes, by most times, I will mess it up.
Okay.
So this, by the way, is in Scotland.
Yes.
Overflowing river threatened nearby structures at a estate in Angus.
There you go.
Officials said most of the eastern Scotland saw anywhere from 4 to 6 inches of rain, but some spots 8 to 10 inches of rain.
So that bridge is.
Yeah, I mean, look at all that water that was going on.
That's a lot of water.
It's a raging river there.
So the bridge is still with us, or
I hope so. They don't really tell you a lot on Storyful.
over the.
Yeah.
What happens after
Okay.
after the video shot? It should be.
All right.
But wait, there's more.
Yes, we're going to talk about sundogs. Let's come back to the United States and go to Colorado. Look at that. Colorful light spots we're seeing as the northern part of the state
cool.
experienced light snow and freezing temperatures and a little bit of fog. So this video shows the phenomenon called sundogs over the town of Greeley. Sundogs are formed due to the refraction of light, so the tiny, tiny water droplets within that fog acting like prisms. and refracts the light, and you get that rainbow-looking thing around the sun. It's called a sundog.
You were explaining that to somebody the other day.
Yeah,
Sundog.
yeah, we saw this on Good Day Austin.
I was like,
We paid attention to our own show. Thanks.
Shields making stuff up again.
Why's it called a sundog?
I was just gonna ask, why a dog?
Makes no sense. Good chat.
I gave you all that great information, and
did.
then you're like, why do they call it a sundog?
I couldn't stop thinking about it the whole
Was a sun
time.
cat.
Sun, oh yeah.
Sun raccoon.
Sun ring.
Sun squirrel.
Sun ring. Yeah, sun squirrel, yeah.
I don't get it. Libby and I guess we're done with the weather. Libby and Adelaide.
Thanks for that, Zach.
Thanks, Zach.
Thanks.
Okay.
We'll let you know.
I'm giving myself a B-.
Libby
Thanks,
and Adelaide had their second ever live edition of Keeping Score.
This was enjoyable.
This was cool, yeah. It was hosted by our floor director, Grayson.
And I was told he
Not here
hosted
right
the
now.
first one as well.
I did not know
didn't-
that.
I missed the first one.
That
They
would've
had
been very
a
entertaining to see.
soda tasting contest.
Yeah, I had no idea. He did well. The two blind taste tested Halloween candy, and Grayson gave them options as to which flavor the candy was. The score was tied up until the final candy and Libby wait. The final candy
Comma.
and Libby.
Put a comma in there, Donnie. Come on.
Y'all want to read
Donnie,
things?
were you in a rush doing this or
The
what?
winner was Libby and the final candy.
Okay, and Libby ended up winning 6-5. Libby has now won 40 times, but still trails Adelaide, who has won 44
You know
times.
what? She's never going to catch up.
You don't think
Wow.
so?
Right.
She
It's
was on a
always
good
been right
streak for a
around
little
3 or
bit.
6.
Yeah, she was on a good streak for a little bit, and then she
Yeah.
kind of,
Well, it's closer than I thought it was, actually.
Yeah.
40 to 44?
she's definitely
catching
kind of made it a little bit closer.
could be
over the
way
last few
worse.
times, but
If you have any ideas, they need ideas.
Yeah.
The last one,
Keeping
score.
Grayson just gave him licorice and everybody just hated it. So it was- all
I'm not a big black licorice fan.
Me either.
I
Yeah,
do
me
not
either.
like black licorice.
Yeah.
right, Libby and Adley left the studio. They headed out to Fuzz Laab in downtown Austin, where you can DIY items like mirrors, bears, and tufting.
Is that supposed to be a comma or
No, mirrors.
Mirrors, bears, and tufting.
Mirrors, bears?
dash?
Mirrors, bears,
bears,
tufting.
and
Tufting, comma, which is making your own rugs. Like, how do you make a rug out of bears and whatever
It's where
tufting
they have the
is?
thing. I think it's kind of like, they have the shape of it, and then you put the little yarn in
No,
it
this
like
rug
that.
is really it's made of mirrors and bears. So be careful with it. They have people to assist you if you're not super crafty, and if you want to try it out, you can follow them on Instagram, make a reservation. They also do accept walk-ins.
So yeah, you get to pick all that yarn, and then you get to tuft the rug.
Okay.
It's pretty cool, yeah.
What's the deal with the mirrors and
Yeah,
the
where's
bears?
the mirror?
Well, they were decorating the mirror. See, that's what Libby and Adelaide are doing. They're decorating the mirrors with little
Okay.
But the mirror is
Little
separate
dots
from the
and
rug.
Yes,
Okay.
the mirrors,
Yeah,
the
they
bears,
do.
So it should've been
and the
a comma.
tufting
At some
are all
point in all
different.
this, a bear broke
Those
in
are the
there.
bears. They pour paint over on top of it.
All right,
It's
yeah.
actually pretty cool. If you watch the video that they pour like this sort of paint over on top of it, and
Yeah.
it makes all
That
these
does look very cool.
It does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's downtown.
I like
So.
homemade crafts you can do that look just cool enough that you really can put them up in the
Yeah.
house, and it's a real conversation starter.
I think
it
the
is.
tufting thing kind of blew up on TikTok too.
Okay.
So yeah.
On the Fox 7 TikTok?
No, just in general.
It was like a pandemic thing.
I think so. Yes. Yeah.
We were stuck here for months. I'm going to
just
start
tufting.
tufting.
Yes.
I'm not going outside. There's a bunch of bears out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Making little like bath
what we
mats
took
and
from
stuff.
this.
Yeah.
Bears.
I'm going to do some
bears.
tufting in front of the mirror while the bear's trying to get in the house.
We're still on.
Oh, okay.
Family show.
Family.
Well, at our last roundup, we got a look at Wonky Blends, if
Wonky
you remember,
Blends.
in the Thicket Food Park in South Austin. While Jane and I were out there, we also got a look at Brooklyn Breakfast Shop. Jane did a segment with them back in 2019. Some things have changed for the food truck since then. They recently started making their own bagels. Austin Monthly actually named them Editor Choice for Best Bagel in Town. They make the biscuits from scratch, and they have a very delicious French toast.
Looks good.
We got to try that sandwich as well. It's called the Jessica.
Ooh.
It's like spicy, fried chicken, delicious.
Looks amazing.
Yeah.
It does look good.
And so we had a longer interview with Brooklyn Breakfast Shop, that's the bagel, and some other food trucks. They're located in the Thicket, as I said. That's going to be coming soon, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, it's awesome to see that they're kind of becoming a little bit more, like successful with the food and everything like that, because they're so great, they're so nice, and the food's delicious.
One thing you talk about 2019, that's an eternity sometimes for some of these food trucks, the
Yeah.
food scene around here.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember some of the things we did, or Food Truck Friday from 10 years ago. There's so many, some didn't make it, but some
Yeah.
have gone on to
Yeah.
just such big things.
My
too.
favorite one didn't make it. It was called the Short Bus. Short Bus Subs, and it was like a little short bus, and they didn't make it. It was really good subs.
Yeah.
Did you find out about that one day when you showed up looking
Yeah, like,
for it?
where's
the-
Yeah,
where's
that's
They
a
gone.
sad.
Where is it?
Yeah.
That did kind of happen because you didn't go anywhere for like 2 years, really.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, when you're like, oh, we
that
can, and
was-
then you're like, yeah.
that was so hard
Yeah.
on so many
Yeah.
people. But no, it's definitely one of the great things about being back here, getting
Yeah.
all the good food.
And I think it has amazing food trucks, so y'all should try.
cool.
And I think Tierra did some stuff with them. like a few months ago.
I have no
last year or
doubt that she
something.
did.
Yeah, she's all over it.
Yeah, we went out there and they're like, we know Tierra. And I'm like, of course you do. Who doesn't know Tierra? Yeah.
Last Friday on Good Day Austin, we had a television icon in studio. He was right here, Paul Reiser. Check it out. That's him right here. He was in town for Austin Film Festival, premiering his new comedy, The Problem with People. He wrote it, produced it, starred in it. Director Chris Cottam was on the couch as well. The film co-stars Irish actor Colm Meaney, whom I know from playing Transporter Chief Miles O'Brien on Star Trek. He's a legend. The movie is about two cousins. Paul's character lives in America. Colm Meaney is in Ireland. The family has had a feud for generations, and they're trying to resolve it. He was great. Of course, he was in Mad About You on NBC, which I guess he was surprised because of my age that I watched it.
Here's the thing. He was in the green room last Friday. I was getting my face painted for the Halloween
yeah, we're gonna talk
episode.
about that
Well,
later,
okay,
yeah.
spoiler alert on that.
Yeah.
But he's in there, and they're just watching me. And his PR guys, he's making cracks about it. Some people would look ridiculous for doing that. But there's some of the younger PR people and some of our people in there are like, I think that guy's famous. They're coming up and I'm like, shh, I couldn't say, right? So they finally ask him, and he says he's George Clooney, which I thought was but he leaves, and they're like, oh, he was Eleven's dad in Stranger Things. I'm like, no, Mad About You.
Oh, wow, yeah.
One of the biggest shows on TV.
I know. That's why I said at
He's
the
done a
beginning.
lot of things.
At the interview, I was like, I'm going to speak to people younger than me for a second. A lot of people only know you from Stranger Things.
Yeah.
But hey, you're on Mad About You.
Yeah.
You're in Aliens. Remember he was in
Yeah.
Aliens?
Did not
like
remember
this weird
that.
dude at the beginning.
I don't
Is he a
remember
robot? Can't remember who he was.
Well, I think we were talking about that because there's not a lot of Mad About You reruns.
Yeah.
That's the thing,
Yeah,
right? Because we were
He
talking about
got
how
to be on that. That probably cost him tens of millions of dollars.
yeah, because they got paid almost as much as the Friends actors.
They're right
did.
in that Seinfeld, Friends, Must See
Everyone's
TV.
getting paid like
Must
$1
See
million.
TV.
In fact, their spin-off, Ursula, Phoebe's sister in Friends, is a character on Mad About
Oh, that's right. I remember that. Yeah, she was the twin sister. Remember, she always
it's
joked
the
about the twin
rude-
sister
I
in
didn't know it
Friends.
because I didn't watch Friends.
They had crossovers.
I didn't watch it when it was on the
And she would play the same thing. And looking back on it, it's always funny to see because it's the same actress, and so you're seeing how they shot it, and you're like, man, they did such a good job with that. It's really
cool.
good. But yeah, Austin Film Festival wrapped up.
Yeah.
And
premiered this past weekend.
we got a chance to talk to Saltburn director.
Saltburn
Emerald
director.
Fennell.
Fennell.
Fennell, because I
Not
mispronounced
Fennel.
that. Yes.
It's not Fennel.
I mispronounced that. Sorry, Emerald. But that'll be coming up in a couple weeks. I
She
think we're
watches
gonna-
it, the roundup.
I'm sure she does.
So there's me
Weekly.
And Emerald Fennell,
yeah.
yes.
Two viewers.
Oscar-winning
All right,
director,
good.
writer, Emerald Fennell is one of our biggest
Audience
fans.
is growing.
Thanks for watching.
She's like, her PR team's going to be like, please retract that. That is not true.
I know.
I mean, I hope she watches.
Can we
but-
get into libel on the
Yeah, I don't
roundup?
know, I don't
Libel
know.
and slander? That's
I
going to
don't-
be more fun.
She
I
was
got-
so
What's the
nice,
rules
and and Casey was nice enough to let me do the
there's-
interview. So
Yeah, I had to sit
that's coming
in
up.
the background.
Yeah,
and
so,
watch it.
Very rare
Sit down.
for this
Go
guy.
sit over here,
Sit down
Casey.
over there.
Yeah. But yeah, that'll be coming up in a couple weeks. I
Okay.
think we're gonna premiere it the week that the movie actually comes out in theaters.
Okay.
It's a good movie.
It's a very good
Crazy.
movie. Very,
Good
very
That the
good
one with
movie,
the
yeah.
crazy ending?
Saltburn, yes.
Yes. The one that I told you about.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Not for
Really good.
kids, right?
Not for kids.
No,
No, not for
it's not a
kids.
family movie.
I mean, no.
Well, he told me the final
No,
scene. I'm
you
like,
told me
man.
too.
Oh wow.
Thanks for the
Spoiler
heads up.
alerts.
No, we're just most movies have a final scene.
That's true.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, Food Truck Friday, like Dave mentioned, returned. I got a chance to head out to Kurlachi's in East Austin.
That
I
was
spoke
good.
to owner Amalise, who you may know. She and her husband started Curlin Barbecue. They have now used those meats that they perfected, and they're making it or putting it in their kolaches. So Kurlachi's have a slightly sweeter dough, which makes them different than the ones you normally may get. They also have a new South Austin location now, and that digital special that I just mentioned earlier. We're gonna have more on Kurlachi's as well. So
You were kind enough to bring one back, or maybe a few back.
breakfast
The person who did this interview was awesome.
first live shot for the
Great
station.
Yeah,
question.
you did a
Yes.
very good. You did a very
Thank
good
you.
job.
Very timely.
Everyone had been paid before we started shooting this, so
Okay, good.
y'all will get your money
You did a
after
very
we're
good
done.
job. But no, those were so good.
Yeah, well,
good.
what we
There is.
our director, or
Donny
not our director,
Wong.
our photographer Eli and I were so surprised they put the whole sausage in there. Like she was talking about normally for the sausage
really?
ones you'd like cut them up.
Yeah.
But she's like, no, I want
For
people to
you?
like,
Okay.
have the full.
Get your money's worth. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
What do you mean? They like wrapped it up and just.
Yeah, she wraps up the whole thing. Like it's a sausage, about like that big. And she
Look
just
at
wraps
that.
it all up. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in there. It's that kind of longer one.
Which one did I have?
I can tell what you.
I think
Middle on the right.
you
Yeah.
had
It's like a big
I think you had the
I'm more of a
longer
chopped beef. It was
Okay.
a well,
I
mine was a
had the chopped
breakfast.
beef.
You had the breakfast one,
Which
yeah.
was very good,
Which
yeah.
she said is only available in the South Austin location. right
Oh,
now.
okay.
Yeah.
I felt pretty exclusive.
Yeah,
when I
it was
ate
very exclusive.
Yeah. All right, my first week back, I got to get my face painted for Halloween, thanks to the team from Dolce Salon.
Look at this.
They turned me into Gene Simmons from Kiss. Kiss played their final show in Texas.
And
Sunday
you were
night.
there.
I was there. That was very bittersweet, but this is...
Not with your face painted.
I was not. I leave it to the professionals when I go there. This is, of course, mid-process. But the Dolce Salon, like, they actually normally do hair and makeup. I think they said Rebecca Thomas in the evening. She's getting her hair done there. She doesn't go to get made up like Kiss. But
I was like, I don't see that look on our evening news very often.
It would scare Mike, but they could do different things. They did a great job with me, but like
There's the final product. Is this the tongue part? Yeah. There we go.
That's 45 years of practice right there.
No, and they said normally it takes them a lot longer to do stuff like that, but they kind of sped up the process,
Yeah, no,
right? I think they said it usually takes a few hours.
They rifled through. They did a great job, and I was asking because I had to do the noon show that day. I'm like, is this going to come off? Like, oh no, it's going to come off fine. And most of it did, except I had the biggest raccoon guy liner situation around my eyes.
And I needed you to shoot something for social.
Yes.
And Dave's like, I'm going to need a couple minutes.
Leslie was kind enough to give me some makeup wraps, and I just really.
I wish you would.
Well, then she had another
plug in
thing
there.
about piece of paper or something. Did I make that up? Okay, yeah, I did.
No, I heard that too.
Something
Somebody
about
was
piece
saying
of
something
paper.
about a piece of paper, which sounded dangerous to me.
Yeah.
Take a piece of paper and just jam it in your eye.
Slice your eye.
think
It'll be
so.
fine.
Take advice from Donnie.
Yeah.
Really get a pointy end on there. Just really get it in there.
Just take the edge, put it right
Yeah.
up, and it'll
Yeah.
just take
The
it right
telephone
off.
game, it gets misconstrued into something horrible.
Yeah.
Have you ever done that before? Have you ever gotten the Gene Simmons makeup before?
I a couple times. I did it once as a little kid.
Yeah.
I dressed up as Ace Frehley from Kiss. I'll never forget this. In like 83 or 84 in elementary school for Halloween. Nobody knew who I was. Kiss had taken their makeup off. Everybody was Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Ace Frehley wasn't even in the band anymore. Like, it was just totally out of context. Like, what is this guy? But no.
All right, we'll need to see a photo of that.
Yeah.
I don't know if one
Gotta dig that
exists.
Well, I got Dave to come in before his official on-air debut, which was last Wednesday, right? Yeah. To do a segment with Elizabeth Chambers. She's a TV personality, owner of Bird Bakery, which has several locations. One of them's in San Antonio. I think she's the Dallas, Denver, I believe. Cayman Islands.
Yeah,
There's a few.
Yeah.
She was recently honored as an outstanding alumni by UT. She stopped in to show Dave how they decorate their cupcakes and their cookies. Again, I'm teasing the special because we're going to have it. But a
Yeah.
longer version of that interview is going to be part of that special digitally, so stay tuned for that. But she was so nice.
She was so nice,
Yes.
so great, so accomplished, really, at a young age. And it goes without saying, maybe it doesn't. Those treats were delicious.
The cupcakes
Using
were very
the
good.
almond infused and the sugar cookies with the almond in there. Now, my decorations did not pass the standard. You wouldn't want to put them
You
on
put a
display.
lot of walnuts on the cupcake. is what I remember.
That's too much. But, they eat the same, no matter what you do.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but no, it was good.
And I think she said they're planning on opening up a few more locations, and she's hoping to do one in Austin.
She made it sound to me like the next time they expand, they're coming here. So everybody get ready for that. As it is, it's not too far to drive down to San Antonio to get some.
Yeah, I've been there a couple
Yeah,
times.
very
Pies
good.
are great, cupcakes were great, food's good. And it was nice we got to meet the whole fam. She brought her kids.
That's right. Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah.
So.
Also, last Friday, Libby Farrow and I checked out Austin's House of Torment. This was a few days before Halloween, so they were in full scary mode. We went through the haunted. Donnie's gonna make fun of me. We went through the haunted house. There was a witch, a giant alien spore-turned bat-like monster, and a demented clown obsessed with squeaking a rubber ducky.
Normally how I describe Shields when people ask what he's really like. He's like a demented clown obsessed with a squeaking
I
rubber
was a
ducky.
little bit
That's what he does.
disappointed. I wanted a bigger reaction from him.
No, I'm not gonna.
Hey, they're too tough.
We got plenty from Libby.
That's true.
I know, yeah, I couldn't be that
I was
guy.
expecting
have
him to
hearing
be a
in my
little
right
bit
ear.
more.
I
You
was
know.
so.
Why did you expect that?
Well, this
Well,
was.
no, just Halloween. I wanted to, I wanted a scare. You know.
It was great TV. You guys both did very well being on live TV.
Yeah,
G-rated.
Yeah.
Being G-rated. Yeah.
G-rated, yeah.
This was cool.
This was actually very awesome. Yeah.
Prosthetic makeup job done by a makeup artist named Darren. He put an alien spore on my forehead, and this guy was telling me that these prosthetics have a whole storyline, like that weird alien creature you just saw.
Yeah.
That's what I would turn into
Okay.
if the virus took over my body.
Wow.
I thought you
that's
just
like
had
the
an acne
beginning.
problem there.
Yeah, yeah.
I was a little jealous because you ran right back here and you did the band, and that looked like it never had happened. Meanwhile,
Because that's literally
Meanwhile, Donnie has me putting a piece of paper in my eye trying to get it out, and you look great.
He
Even
just
though this
basically glued that to your head.
He
Intricate.
glued that to my head, and then
It's
he
so
did a lot
cool.
of airbrush work.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he gave me this sort of cream to put all over my face. It basically started the melting process of the
I've seen
makeup.
that on TikTok. It's like a
And
certain cream.
Then all I had to do is just wipe it off.
You needed that cream.
Yeah, I
You
did.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
It's literally like this weird gel or whatever.
it's
And they
sort of cream.
on TikTok, the people, because a lot of people do a lot of makeup stuff, they just kind of melt it all off. They just wipe it off. And it's great.
It's really cool.
But yeah, that looked really awesome.
It was cool, yeah.
Yeah.
He gave that to me.
The spore?
I don't know what I'm going to do with it.
Are you serious?
What could you
You have
do
the
with it?
spore?
I have it.
Stick it on
It's a
your
little bag.
mirror. That's an alien
I know.
spore.
My wife saw it.
You got
She's like,
Christmas coming up.
What do you
Yeah, I'll
get for
give
the
it
man who
somebody.
has everything?
Maybe, I don't
Prosthetic
know.
alien spore.
Or you could you know how people sort of bronze baby shoes? Maybe you can bronze the thing and be like, my first alien spore.
Yeah,
Sure.
A wife would
Baby's
love
first
that in the
alien
house.
spore. No.
That's what I'll do.
All right, maybe not.
Maybe
That's just
not,
a
yeah.
suggestion.
It's pretty gross.
All right, well, we wanted to honor Dave's return with our dive into our video vault this week and take a look back at one of my favorite moments he's had on our morning show. Take a look.
365 by WholeFoods.com.
Okay.
You don't have to do that. That was a lot of salt.
I thought it was portion. I thought so too. I told you shouldn't let me. Should we try to scoop some of that out?
No,
of there?
we're gonna go with
We're
it.
gonna eat it.
Not all the pepper.
Not all the pepper.
No, you can hold on the pepper. Now,
What about the white wine? Now I'm nervous. I'm double clutching.
How about half of that?
Let's go half of it.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't remember if did you actually eat the salty chimichurri?
They were awful. It's like, all due respect, because they were great, they would have been great, and then you start getting into it like, this is going to kill me.
good.
Here's the thing, we've done a million of these cooking segments, so many they portion
Yes.
what it is.
Yes.
I was just in the mode. Now, he's right. Should I have eyeballed that and be like, there's no way this much salt belongs?
No, you love salt.
Michael's like,
Michael,
no.
Don't do
Yes.
that. Don't know.
I would have done the same thing.
Yeah. No, we tried to eat them.
Yeah.
That was not good. So it was really like that when you said with when the baking show just now when I put all the walnuts on.
Yeah.
I just put one. And I put like 5 of them candied walnuts on one.
Moderation.
I think that was what, like 6 or 7 years ago, probably? That's been a minute.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the old set.
Yeah. Because Michael Wake's been on a bunch of times. Oh,
Yeah, Michael Wake's a great guy, great chef. Again,
Yes.
if you get me out of the way, he's very, very good.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite moments. So I'm sure we'll have plenty more.
Well, we're trying to make more up. I'm trying to
Yeah.
not do that. I'm not trying to screw up. Because, when someone cooks something good, they feed everybody.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
Don't want to mess
That's
that
a
up.
lot of
Well,
pressure.
to be fair, he had the chimichurri already made. That was just another version.
Yeah, I took it next level.
You certainly did. Yes.
Remember, you can get details about all the stories we talked about on our website and by subscribing to our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching the Good Day Austin Roundup.
For being viewer number 3.
Viewer number 3.
I
Thank you.
expected 2 now that I'm
That's
off.
true.
it now,
That's true.
yeah.
Yes. Remember, Good Day Austin starts each weekday morning at 4:30, and now you can watch on your connected TV with the Fox Local app. Free to download. You can look for it on Roku, Android TV, Apple TV, Fire TV, and now on Vizio. Not quite on what Zach needs it on yet, though,
What do you
but
need?
it will be on it soon. I don't know if
Carrier
you can say.
pigeon.
Yes.
Carrier
pigeon. Yeah.
He needs a carrier pigeon
Yeah.
to fly over with a reel-to-reel film.
Hopefully you enjoyed yourself, Dave. Thanks
I
for joining
loved it.
us.
This is awesome.
I'm sure you'll be on the couch
We need to keep
more
doing
often.
this.
Yes.
How do you land the plane?
Oh, we
That's
just,
it.
we just landed.
Yeah.
We'll see you next time.
Bye, everybody. Bye, y'all. Y'all come back now.
This thing stopped.